Now these are other drawings that I've done as also part of the story Domino Age. This is Tom Allen. That's a brief profile of him right here. He's 26 years old. He's top of his class at the Space Academy. He's a gunfighter pilot, Blazer unit driver, and he's part of Unit 134. That's just a brief profile of the character. I'll do it wrong with my characters. I'll give them a brief profile, and I'll go from there and develop their personalities in the story. And this is an illustration of Captain Joe Jackson, the one that Captain Jackson, the one that Captain Star was looking for in my story. This is an illustration of how it looks. And like I said earlier, I like to be involved with all aspects of the creation of my story. There's Lorraine, Brigadier guardian. He found her after the Inhumans had killed her parents. And after the Dragon people basically burned down their home, he found her and he raised her as his own daughter. As we move on here, this is another earlier illustration of the Inhumans. Well, now the Inhumans, the reason why they call it Inhuman is because every aspect of the human being has been turned around backwards. Instead of the blood vessels and muscles and stuff being on the inside, it's been reversed and it's on the outside. Everything's been toughened to keep them alive, and they've basically been created just to be told what to do, or guided, or influenced. That's what Stone does. He creates slaves. This is a patrol swamp bike. I do all the illustration, like I said before, of all the hardware, of all the clothing, background, ships, everything, every aspect of the film. Our book, I'm involved in. I'm the creator of all of it. It's a pretty good bike, though. I mean, think about driving, like, of course, skimming across the surface of the water. This one is a Swamp Cruiser, belonged to the Inhumans. Stone designed this in the story, but you know, I'm the actual illustrator of it, but he's the original creator in the story of it. It's a Swamp Cruiser. This is another illustration of hovercraft, the VX1 hovercraft. That's another version of it, which is several different versions. This is an illustration of one of the Inhumans that he was actually working on towards his demise. This Inhuman is the Inhuman that he can breathe in and out of water. He's got see on his arms, he got sort of like wings, so he can be underwater and breathe. This is an illustration of the chameleon creature. It can camouflage itself in the trees and not be seen by anyone. This is the Nikon. Excuse me, it's the Niton. This is the Niton, the ship that Captain Joe Star resides on. This is a ship that came and orbited the planet that he named Bog because of swamp lands and mass almond plant life. This is Captain Star's bullet craft, the one he flew down in. When I originally designed these ships, I wanted to try to keep them as original as possible. And I just basically sit down and start drawing ships, robots, and pretty much anything I could get out of my imagination. This is the Gur fighter. It's a jet fighter, a solar powered jet plane. with tremendous fall power and speed. And I pretty much, I saw a seagull one day and I said, that make a good plane. That's pretty much what inspired me, a seagull. That's what I named it after, a good fighter plane. This is a shuttlecraft, one of the shuttlecraft that goes out and scout the planet first, then it returns. But I originally took this version of it out because it looks too much like another ship that I've seen in another anime, so I took it out. But I originally drew this back in, I think around 99 or 2000 or 2001, somewhere in there. This is the arm blazer unit. At the time I drew it. And this is Captain George B. Starr's pistol, flashlight, and dagger. I wanted to design a gun that was going to be original and a copy of no one else. To the dagger over here and this flashlight. This is another illustration of Emperor Lotus. He's the one that made the cover of my book, All the Way to the Dragon People. This is just a quick sketch of him before I painted him. This is Emperor Lotus's brother, Dragoon. Now he's an ambitious sibling, and he's one of Emperor Lotus's brothers. He's part of the Dragon Empire's dynasty, and he's greedy, lustful, and everything else that you can think of in a rival brother. Well, there's hundreds of different characters and illustrations I've done. I just wanted to share some with you and let you see some of the work that goes on behind it. Again, this is Easterj of Gaston. There's the back of the Easterj of Gaston with a picture of Adrian beside it. This is the computerized component that was added to it to enhance the capability of the stone and keep Adrian captive. Now this guy right here, he's Guru, speaker of the Dragon Empire. He's a very mean fellow, and he lusts after human females. This is a quick illustration of Stone's Forbidden Fortress out of the swamp. This is an illustration I done, I think, in 2003. Sort of like a factory out in the swamp that's hidden. Now this is the actual manuscript for Rampage Robotic Boxing, copyright 2006, and it's the original manuscript. I wrote it at the time, and like I said earlier, I still hadn't found any video game developer that's interested in the script. But I went by the 3 laws of robotics and also added 2 more to it. And you're probably familiar with the original laws of robotics. Number 1 is a robot may not injure a human being or through inaction allow a human to come to harm. A robot must obey the orders given it by human beings, except where which orders would conflict with the first law. A robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law. And I added two more. Robotic boxing, fight to destroy the opponent. And number 5, now you may box. And that's pretty much where I started when I wanted to add to that law. I mean, it really doesn't mean anything. It's just a concept and an opening to a video game. And this is the manuscript to it. Now, I gave it a very brief description of the story and how I wanted it to flow in the video game world. And to this date, no one seems to be interested in it. But these are some of the characters that I created to go along with my manuscript and concept drawings. Now, this character's a prototype. This is one of the earliest of illustrations I've done. I wanted it to look sort of like a prototype, like that. So over the course of the game, each machine will evolve and become more complex, a lot more powerful. But this is the original prototype at the beginning of the game. This is the facer. Now you see how much more complex to become. You get the face of a locust, and you see how he looks. A lot more complex. Here's some of the profile of the facer. As you can see, robotic compound eyes. You got steel-studded ball fists. That's this right here. Going further down, he got mechanical defacing claw. After he defeats his opponent, he clamps this around his opponent's face and deface it. That's why he's called defacer. That's his profile right there. This is screamer. You see how much more complex they're becoming and how much more human-like they are. But at the same time, they continue to be created by human beings, but they're made for robotic boxing. The story is set. Each company that design machines to enter the worldwide robotic boxing contest, and the company that wins get $100 million, and that's a prize that you have a lot of robotic companies wanting to go after. This is Defacer. That's his profile. And like I said earlier, all these ones are original. And I could copyright on all my characters and the storyline. And hopefully soon I can find me a video game developer that's willing to take a chance on this and hopefully turn it into a video game and put it out there. I think it'll be a successful video game too because it's something that's original. It's based on the original idea and concept. All the characters are original and they're very well developed. All these are hand drawn. This is Deception. She's got 2 brains. She's got one on her shoulder pad, and she got the other one up here. And she's got these dreadlocks that she used also as weapons. And her claws also, which can rip from the steel. This is the first earlier version of Psi Factor, which I've actually written 2 scripts for Rampage Warrior Boxing. It's the original Rampage Robotic Boxing, then it's Robotic Boxing 2 Fist of Steel. And I put Rampager in there because Rampage is just a simple mechanical machine that's been put on in the fighting ring to take the place of a human being in this futuristic story of boxing. Again, this is another profile of Psi Factor. He's a mechanical fighting Cyclops. Now this character right here is called Bluebot. I was sitting on my forklift one day and I said it would be cool to have a character that looked like a forklift. So I sit down after I got home out of work, or off work, and I sit down and I pretty much drew my forklift because I was driving one of those heavy duty forklifts. And there's a light that's on the bottom. When forklift backs they make that beep sound. That's pretty much what he be making when he's in the ring fighting. He's a huge fighter. He does a mechanical trip claw where he can trip the other components and he can rip them to pieces and stomp them and all that. But I got the basic idea from a forklift because at the time I was a forklift operator. Had 6 years experience. This is the profile of it. Mechanical trip hook. Now this is Rapid. And at the time I created him, it was a few other characters that had the same name, Rapid. So I said I'll leave it in the manuscript. But if you ever want to take it out, if I want to take it out, if it's coming in conflict with some other character, I'll just take it out. That's the profile. Now this was the original TZ8809, but again, remember that Star Wars movie that came out, Attack of the Clones and all that, and you had some character that actually resembled that right there. That's why I took this one out and created another one. See, I didn't say removed. I removed it, but I really created him back in 2006. But I had ideas of it way back in 2001 and 2002. And I sit down and done this earlier drawing and just put it away. And then Lucas came up with Star Wars, Phantom Menace, and Attack of the Clones, and they had a character in that it resembled this character. So I removed it and created the other TZ809. This one. This is the TZ809 now. So I just totally changed the whole concept of it. Even though you create a character, somebody can come along first and create a character and put it out there. And when you try to introduce yours, they say, well, you get that from somebody else. But actually, I created mine back in 2000, 2001, 2003, somewhere in there. And just put the illustration away. But when Lucas came out with Attack of the Clones, he had something that resembled this. So he had to go. Now this is Freak. He's sort of like a mechanical transformer. At the time I created him, I wanted to create something that actually looked like he had the capability of shifting parts of his mechanical being around and ship it into something else. And this is mechanical scanning gun. He'll scan you, or whatever his opponent is, he'll scan it, and he'll temporarily transform into it, using the same abilities of opponent and fight against his opponent. This is him. This is him emulating Screamer. Again, it's a mechanical it's a scanning gun, and this is a back shot of him with all his mechanical parts that's able to move and shift and transform into something else. And when I created him, I gave him a no face at all. Again, that's just a zine. I think I may have removed him too because he looks sort of like someone else's character, so I removed that also. This is the referee robot. He's got hover jets, so he can maneuver between the robots and referee without getting hit. This was going to be a quick screenshot of TZ8809 fighting Frame. And you see at the top I got sort of like a damage indicator and round one, and now you may box. I mean, I was pretty much trying to set it up so it'd be like a fighting video game, like a Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, somewhere in that gen. But keep it original as possible. Now this is the updated version of Psi Factor. See, he's